Folks, are you curious to know what's going on with our real estate market? Are all these tariffs, wars, all the uncertainty with the economy affecting the values of your property? Well, stay tuned, because that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this month's market update for the area of Vaudreuil-Soulanges, June 2026. My name is Jonathan Mailhot, and I am your host for this market update. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning back in to this month's show. So here's the data, folks. Last month, we had single-family homes available on the market in Vaudreuil-Soulanges. The inventory was sitting at 769 active homes on the market. What does that mean? Well, inventory is actually up 1%, or actually 2.1%, I should say, compared to last year. So a little bit more inventory. On the sales side of things, 170 units actually sold last month, which was a great month all in all, because it's up 4.2% compared to last year. The median sales price is now $620,000 for the month of May 2026, which is up 10% compared to May 2025, which is fantastic news for those homeowners. And the average days on market sits at 37 days for a single family home. That's the average. Obviously, some properties sell in a couple of days, a couple of weeks, and some take a year to sell. But the average is 37 days. Last year, it was sitting at 38 days as an average. Now, condo side of things, totally different market. Now, we had 250 active condos on the market last month. Inventory was actually down compared to May 2025 by 1%. Sales, though, are drastically down. 52 units found a buyer last month. That's 17.5% less sales compared to May 2025. The good news is that the median sales price, it's been good. It sits at $379,900, which is up compared to May 2025 by 7%. But on average, it's taking 71 days to sell a condo right now in our market. Last year, it was 51 days. So what does this information mean for you? Well, first off, if you're a homeowner, single family home, detached, semi-detached, stuff like that, townhomes that are not in a condo, they are turning over well. We have good inventory, a little bit more than last year, definitely more than during the COVID years. But sales are actually up this month. Last month, they were a bit down, so it's kind of that rebound, right? We always say it's not because one month's really down that it changes the whole market. We have to see if it's tendency. What we're seeing here is that was a good rebound, especially in the second half of May. On the terrain there, we're seeing a lot more activity, okay? So that's great news. If you're a single family homeowner who owns, I want to call a quote unquote, and I've been saying this over the last few months, you're going to hear this quite often, is the more affordable homes. Who would have thought over $1 million would be affordable just 5 years ago? But yes, so those homes that are just about $500,000, below $600,000, when they're priced well and they show well, when you take the time to show pride of ownership, often you end up with multiple offers. So for a home seller thinking of selling a home at that price point, this may be a great opportunity to sell at a great price, okay? Now, if you're a buyer looking to purchase a home, especially I'm going to speak to my first-time home buyers, people who are trying to get into the market, and it's tough out there for you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like, you need to have your ducks in a row, get your pre-approval done, have a representative, somebody that you're going to work with to help you find the right house and try to get you the best deal possible. Now, folks, best deal possible may be just getting the deal or getting the house, okay? Depending on the price points. Now, if you're looking at a higher price point, my second, third home buyers are people who have a little bit more equity, or even first-time home buyers that have a lot of money, a little bit more choice. You kind of, the market becomes like a balanced market at that 900 and more price point. Over $1 million, over 1.2 million is definitely a buyer's market. So in our community, obviously, if it's a waterfront, this is total different market, okay? But if we're looking at, a single family home, 2-car garage, 4 bedrooms upstairs, in a nice, desirable neighborhood, so around between $1 and $1.2, $1.3 million, it's slowed down quite a bit. But those who show pride of ownership, those who take the time to prepare their home, to make sure that it shows in its best light as possible, they're getting activity. They're getting the offers. If you think you're just going to slap it on the MLS or on Centris and you're going to get a whole bunch of offers like in 2021, I got bad news for you guys. It's no longer champagne and cocaine time. You've got to come to the realization that in 2021 has gone, and now we're in the new market. Does that mean the market's bad? No. We just have to set your expectations to reality, okay? So again, I get it. We all want the most money for our homes and we deserve it. We put a lot of work into it. We've invested it. We've taken care of the home. I get that. But buyers will pay you what the market's willing to pay you, okay? So keep that in mind. Put your best foot forward. Work with a professional. Have a good plan. Market the home properly, but especially prepare it for market. Declutter, depersonalize. You're moving. Get things out of there. If you have friends, family, put it in their garage for a little while. Show the home in its best light, okay? So that's for single family homes. Now the condo side of things, it's a total different market. Now, because of the rise of prices, a lot of people have turned to condos in the last couple of years, especially with the interest rates and stuff. They were kind of priced out of the payment of a single family home. Now, interest rates having adjusted in the last year or so, a year and a half or so, a lot of people are flocking back to the single family home, which explains why sales are down compared to last year. But you got to remember, the median sales price is up 7% this month. So all those sales are down and inventory's pretty much on par with what it was. 1% less, we'll call it par. That shows us that it's still a good time to invest or sell a condo if you want to get out of that market. You're still getting good prices, but you have to be flexible. You have to put in the work. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's a lot of options out there for potential buyers. Depending on your type of condo, depending its location, some condos will have more activity than others. But the biggest and best thing you could do for your condo, slap a nice fresh coat of paint, clean it, deep clean it professionally, repair anything that's broken. Make sure the condo shows in its best way. Make buyers feel at home in your place. Let them project themselves living there. Create an experience when they come visit your condo. Don't just do the same thing everybody else is doing. Slapping a couple of pictures and slapping it on Centris and waiting. Yes, you may sell, but will you sell for the best price and the best conditions? Which which actually has me thinking we should definitely think about working with a professional. Whoever that professional is for you, whether it's your notary, whether it's your realtor, whether it be our team, I'd love the opportunity to help, but work with somebody. Use me, don't use me, use somebody. Have a good marketing plan. Be ready to put the work into preparing the home and you'll secure the best price possible. Okay? Now, if you're a buyer looking for a condo, folks, there's some choice out there. You've kind of got a lot of opportunities, especially if you're flexible on location. If you absolutely have to be in a certain location, then depending where that location is, example, if you have to be downtown Vaudreuil-Dorion near Boulevard de la Gare, near the train to get to downtown for commuting, well, there's definitely condos for sale, right? But if you're more flexible and you want to go a bit more west, you'll pay a lot less for the same condo, okay? But depends what you're looking for. Are you looking for a location or are you looking for something new? Do you want it all? Only you know this. But what I will say is if you're a buyer in the condo market, there's options out there. Have a good plan. Be ready to pounce on the right unit. Doesn't mean you won't have a multiple offer situation, but there are more options. Okay, so that's the good news. So there you have it, folks. I tried to go a bit more in detail on what I'm seeing in the market. Condos, we got to keep an eye on this. Is it continuing to go down on sales? Because eventually if sales keep going down and inventory goes down, well, there may be a rebound on price. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that in the next couple of months, next couple of weeks. Definitely, I'll be back next month to tell you what happened this month in the market. If you have questions in the meantime, please reach out to us. But please, if you have a chance, could you do me a huge favor? Could you smash the like button or maybe consider subscribing to our channel? This will help me and the team here to get the content out into our community. You guys have been great. As a community, this area has been so great. I've grown up, lived in Vaudreuil-Soulanges and in Vaudreuil-Dorion all my life, and I absolutely love it here. And the community has been great, so I want to give back as much as I can with details, data, stuff that's tangible for you to learn a little bit more about your home equity and stuff like that. So there you have it, folks. That's my ask. If you can smash that like button, consider subscribing or even just sharing this video with somebody you know that may find value in it. It does wonders for me and the team, and I truly appreciate it. So there you go. Have a great month of June. I will be back next month to tell you what happened with our real estate market. Until then, please remember, now more than ever, who you work with, that's truly going to matter.